Hello everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you are new to my channel. Today is Friday, so happy Friday, happy weekend. I am back with a new video, and in this video I am doing a new Animal Crossing New Horizons speed build. And in this speed build I am going to redo this neighborhood villager area. So this is my second neighborhood villager area that I had created ages ago. It feels like it's been a long time. And I at first liked how I had placed my villager houses for this area. I just wasn't feeling the path, because the path design, I just felt like it was veering far away from my island's theme. So my island's theme is country, cottagecore, and waterscape. So I just felt like this path design just wasn't it. So I am going to just erase it, and I'm just gonna essentially redo this whole area. So while I'm erasing the path, I wanted to talk about my voice. So I'm pretty sure I sound slightly congested on this voiceover, but probably less than how I'm actually sounding in person. So me and my family, we got hit with allergies, like major allergies. And I think we essentially most likely got sick from the weather change, because where I live in the Bay Area in California, we've been flip-flopping from the 50s, 60s, and then like to the 80s, and then it'll go back down to 50s. So right now we're in the 50s. So I've been also checking our temperature, and we have no fever. So this is literally from allergies and just like weather change, all that. So I wanted to quickly mention that, and I am so sorry if I sound out of breath as well. It's literally the congestion. Like, I personally have been dealing with like the most congestion, and I've been actually taking Dayquil and NyQuil because that is a decongestant as well. So bear with me. So right now in the speed build, I am relocating these flowers. I really let that area go. I knew the flowers were gonna reproduce and everything, but I just kind of wouldn't see this area when I passed by it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm relocating these flowers so that way I can lay down my original country-ish path, because I don't even want to deal with that other path anymore. So I am putting a path over here because right next to it, at the bottom, I'm gonna create a river. I'm terrible at explaining things, so I hope that can give you some idea of what I'm going for. And that river will connect to a cliff/waterfall. You'll see. So I'm actually going to stop talking now, and I'm gonna let you enjoy the speed build. If I do need to pop in here and there, I will go ahead and do so. So I'm just gonna let you enjoy this speed build, or this portion of the speed build, and I'm gonna stop rambling now. So after I am done creating this waterfall cliff, I am going to start creating the river that will lead to the waterfall to my main like river water area. I have been wanting to do this for quite some time now, actually. I couldn't figure out, well, it's not that I couldn't figure out how to create this river area. It's just I was going back and forth whether or not I should add, you know, like a cliff, a waterfall cliff area that will lead, you know, that river area. Did that make sense? Because I just didn't want it to be obvious that is man-made. So right now I am going to get a bridge. So I picked the suspension bridge. I'm grabbing some money so that way once I lay down my bridge, I can pay it off and, you know, time travel to the next day and have the bridge there. I picked the suspension bridge because I felt like the suspension bridge is like more country feeling. That's just me, that's just personal preference. I'm really happy though that I am finishing this area and I am creating this area the way that I kind of envisioned in my head, because I feel like when I was first starting this new island, I had so many ideas in my head. I just couldn't like completely 100% visualize it, if that makes any sense. So I'm glad that I'm actually like visualizing it and taking the time to, you know, like try and put it into the game, if that makes sense. So right now I am laying down the country fencing. I did make some more because I didn't have any more in my storage, so I made some more. I was also going back and forth whether or not I should use the country fence in this area, but I've been using this throughout my island already, especially on the main floor. So I have this country fencing really like at my plaza area in front of resident services, and I looked at all of the other fencing and I don't know, I kept going back to the country fencing because I mean my island theme is country, cottagecore, waterscape. So I just felt like this country fencing like really, like it just really fit. So after I put down the fences, I am going to start putting down my path again to kind of like mark where it'll go over here in this area before I actually start to like really decorate my neighborhood area, because right now we're at my neighborhood area for this side of the island. I'm really happy though that I did this river waterscape again, because it really does kind of break that part of the island, and then it's kind of like also like very fluid as well, if that makes sense. So it's like a nice like break, and then you'll see my my little neighborhood area. I know I'm terrible at explaining things, especially since I'm like very congested, so bear with me. But yeah, so after this I do work on moving my villagers, and then I can really like figure out how I want this neighborhood area to be. So I'm gonna be quiet now and I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this part of the speed build. So while I am moving my villagers, I am setting down my path again, because So here's the thing for this area. I knew what I wanted for this area, but I just didn't like have it visually, if you know what I mean. So I am laying down my path so that way I know how much space that I can work with, because if you've watched my other speed build videos, especially my first neighborhood area, my neighborhood villager area, then you know I'm that type of person that, you know, if I don't know how much like space I have, then things can go completely wrong. And especially since I didn't know how I wanted to create the second neighborhood area. So what I mean by that is I wanted to have, like, of course, you know, villager houses there, right? But I also wanted to put like these cliffs with trees on top. So in my last Animal Crossing New Horizons video, which was kind of like an update video really, I show that I put like some cliffs with trees on top underneath my first neighborhood villager area, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I wanted to incorporate that with my second neighborhood villager area. I just didn't know where I wanted to put it in the area that I'm working with. So with that being said, I am stalling a bit and I'm going to this area because I have been meaning to kind of like redesign this area as well, because I kind of just left this area after I had created the cliffs with the waterfalls. Yeah, that was just me stalling. So I do that for like a few minutes, and then I will like fiddle with trees and stuff like that. So I will come back to you once I am done stalling and I get back to my second neighborhood villager area. Okay, so I am back at my second neighborhood villager area, and I'm creating the cliff that I had mentioned earlier. So obviously I'm going to put like trees on top of this cliff, but I'm also going to add waterfalls to this cliff as well, because I felt like yes, I was creating a lot of like rivers and stuff like that, but I felt like I didn't have enough waterfalls, especially in certain areas. So when I added the waterfalls to this, I was like, oh yeah, that looks good. So I'm really happy that I am really trying to stick to my islands theme, and I'm like getting out of my comfort zone, I guess you could say, and I'm really trying to get creative. And so far I am really liking how this island emerald has been coming along so far. I did mention, I think in my first video for emerald, I have never tried to like create an island based off of a theme, because when I started playing Animal Crossing New Horizons, I was playing with my husband and we shared, you know, like an island and everything, and it was hard to kind of like create an island when two different people wanted like two different things. And so when I had finished my first island just for me, like my own island, Butterfly, which I will link I think I still have the dream address for it, so I'll link it down below for you guys if you want to check it out. I didn't have like a theme for that island. I was just playing and I was just having a fun time, which is good, you know. That's technically like the whole purpose of this game, is to have fun. But after I had finished that island, I really did want to start creating islands that have like a certain theme, and so I felt like picking like a country cottagecore waterscape theme as my first ever theme for an island. It really did like help me get out of my comfort zone, and really have me get creative, because I do feel like especially in my first island, Butterfly, I felt like my designs were very basic, which granted, I did create some really nice, I think, or at least I think I did create some really nice designs on my first island, but I felt like Butterfly was everywhere. I just felt like it was everywhere, and you know, certain areas I definitely felt like I was just creating to finish that island, because that was like my first ever like finished island, and this will be my second. So yeah, so that cliff area that I created in my second neighborhood villager area, that does pave the way for how I want the area to look. After that, I am going to I do this off camera actually, because I was getting kind of overwhelmed on how I wanted to lay down or like have a certain layout for like the houses. So I do like off camera kind of like create this area, this empty space. You won't see the houses anymore. I do add some like trees and like another little cliff, and then I was doing this off camera, you guys. I like created like these spots for the houses, so that way I can put back my houses. But I was thinking if I should use this regular lattice fencing or another fencing. I didn't want it to be the same, because I did mention in my last speed build for my first neighborhood area that I redid, I wanted to use different fences for different neighborhood areas. So I chose the vertical board fence, because I felt like that fit that area the best. I just felt like the tall or the large lattice fencing fits my first neighborhood area, because it was next to my resident services and my plaza, so I just felt like that was more fitting. And this area is more closer to the beach, I feel like, and so I feel like the vertical fences just look better for this area, in my opinion. But that's just me. So yeah, I'm like putting down like certain trees. I don't know why that word left my brain there for a second. I was on the fence whether or not I should just add regular trees like the hardwood trees and the cedar trees, or if I should add the coconut trees, because I did want to add some coconut trees in this area, because I kind of did want to tie in my original idea on having it kind of like beachy feeling, but later on I do add, and that is also off camera, like off of me screen recording and just like playing. I do add like some coconut trees at the bottom where it kind of leads from like the land to the beach, the sand. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible at explaining. Well, anyway, you get what I mean, hopefully. With my terrible explaining. I know I've been doing that a lot throughout this whole video, and I'm also just kind of like adding or finishing up adding some of my pathways, and I really love this area. I don't even have the houses right now, and the trees are not even grown in right now, but I actually love this area. I did mention that I didn't get a chance to add maple in that area, but that's okay. So we're actually at the end of the video already. Oh my goodness. what? Oh my gosh, I had so much fun you know, making this video for you guys and creating this area on my island emerald. I just felt like everything came together. I also added some bushes on that cliff, which just made it mwah. So I'm just giving you guys a walkthrough of my second neighborhood villager area. I know that was like a mouthful. I've been saying that all this time throughout this video. I added some flowers obviously on the cliffs. I actually have been adding flowers, like my island native flowers on the cliffs, and I just feel like it's just different and it's unique and it adds its own touch. So I've been doing that. And here, this is where I'm talking about, like, I added some coconut trees over here where it kind of like leads out to the beach on this side. There you go. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to let you guys just kind of enjoy this walkthrough. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet, or if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing before you leave. Your love and your support really means a lot to me. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you haven't yet, go down below, hit the subscribe button, smash it, turn it gray. Also, I do post every Monday, Friday, and Saturdays, but I don't have like a set time. I have a set schedule, but I don't have a set time because hashtag mom life, hashtag stay at home mom. But anyway, have the notification bell turned on so that way you guys are notified when my videos do go up on my posting schedule. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.